So what's the question?
Why did he leave? He was in a winning situation in New England.
It doesn't matter how much talent you have if you throw interception returns for touchdowns, so.
He's 43 years old. Maybe it's some concern because he ain't in the AFC East no more.
Hey. What's up, guys? What a day. What a day, huh, Shaq?
I mean, there's just so much.
Okay, so let's get started right off the bat. Well, since we just ended that last game, that was freaking awesome.
Wow.
I know that we got stopped at the very end at the 2 yard line. I think Cam may have jumped a little earlier than he should have. Maybe I didn't get to see the second replay.
Yeah,
but
I didn't get the play call. I didn't.
But
I would have. But the fact that they even got to that point.
Yeah, but still, okay. Cam has been threading it all effing night. Everyone knew that we were going to run it. Everybody knew that was going to go to Cam Newton. So why didn't you pass?
Right. Pass to Edelman or he was hot.
Just if you lose like that, okay. But everybody knew this. Everybody knew that was what was coming. You can't do it like that. You just can't. It's just not when he was throwing so good. That would have been almost poetic if he had thrown a touchdown pass at the 3. But at the same time, could you imagine if Cam had thrown a pass and got picked off?
Oh, God.
It would have been the Russell Wilson at the 1 yard line, and it would have been a meme forever. So, but I personally
it's
was
so
yelling,
funny because it was tied 14-14, which was the same thing that happened during the Super Bowl 49. I mean, that game was wild. I mean, I'm sure NBC has to be happy about it because it was amazing.
I thought we were done. I thought it was over. And I remember I texted you. I said right before Cam scored the Patriots' last touchdown, I said, why aren't we in hurry up mode? Why are they just kind of like
it was kind of
slowly walking down the field? And I was confused. And then the next thing I know, he throws that bomb and then it's touchdown, and then they're only down by 5 at that point. So yeah, I am happy. Actually, I mean, I'm not, dude. I thought they were going to lose. So
we thought they were going to lose in April, right? I mean, when the schedule came out, pretty much everyone
thought that
had it as a loss.
Well, like I said last night, if Tom was still on the team, I would have picked Seattle.
Right.
So it's just
because they're just tough to play there in Seattle. And look, I'm going to say this. Everybody's talking about Mahomes, and I'm sure we'll talk about him in a little bit. But we've already had a Mahomes in Russell Wilson for I don't know how many years, right? But nobody seems to talk about Russell Wilson like they do Mahomes.
I know.
Russell Wilson is a freaking animal. I mean, some of the passes that he made, I'm not talking about the one with DK Metcalf. That goes without saying. I mean, some of the other passes that he made to Tyler Lockett, like just putting balls like in just so tight windows, and he's just amazing. And people really need to start giving him more respect. And I know you've preached this throughout the entire last year.
I've been his cheerleader for a long time. Yeah, but thanks for giving me credit for that, though. That's cool.
I mean, he's amazing.
He's the best player in the NFL right now.
Yes.
And I thought he was the best player in the NFL last year, but apparently the NFL didn't agree. But whatever. But one thing, since you mentioned Russell, one thing I want to point out. Do you guys remember last year when it came out that Lamar Jackson got the unanimous MVP, and we were all like, unanimous? I mean, there were other guys that should have
Yeah.
gotten at least one vote. I mean, no one had ever been unanimous except for Brady in 2010. So we thought, is this some kind of like shot at Brady to make sure that he's not the only one? I mean, that would sound like something Roger Goodell would do, just as be an asshole. But I always said that jokingly. I never really meant it, not 100%. But then tonight, Chris Collinsworth mentioned something weird. So what happened was is that Al
Oh,
Michaels,
don't get me started on him.
yeah. So Al Michaels goes, can you guys believe that Russell Wilson has never gotten even one vote for MVP in his entire career? And Chris Collinsworth, is like, yeah, well, that's my fault, actually. Wait till we come back, I'll tell you about it. Right? And then it comes back, and then he says, oh, Al Michaels says, how was it your fault? And he said, well, I had a vote, but my vote was late, so they disqualified or kicked out my vote, but it was for Russell Wilson.
So why would you?
That's weird. That's weird.
Why was that worth a tease?
Like, don't you? That's strange, right? Because if he had voted for Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson's no longer unanimous MVP. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, something fishy in the fish market.
Now, Chris Collinsworth isn't putting this together like I am, because he's not thinking along those lines. He just thought it would be a funny story that, hey, I did give him a vote, but it got kicked out. Weird. Why would his vote not count just for being late? Like, that doesn't make sense, really, does it? I don't know. Anyway, I got my conspiracy theory mind going right now because BDS is so bad that it's making me paranoid and crazy.
Oh,
So I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I'm just triggered, but whatever. I thought that was strange, but okay. Uh, dude, Cam looked great. He can throw. He can
I
still
was
throw.
impressed. Yeah.
It's obvious.
And I believe it was like 5 or 6 different receivers that he threw the ball to. Even Ryan Izzo, who I don't think Brady even looked at last year.
I don't think he sneezed on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people were involved.
But Edelman, I thought he was going to pass out, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, he was. I'm certain he's hurt in a lot of different areas.
I mean, is this turning into last year all over again? Remember, Edelman got hurt, but yet kept being used as a racehorse, like a racehorse, just constantly being put out there no matter what. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
First of all, let's before we even go any further, we have to send our condolences to James White. A lot of people were looking at it because the inactives came out about 15 minutes before the game, and everybody was like, well, why is James White on the list? And then the report came out that his father passed away in a car accident, and his mother is in critical condition. We haven't gotten an update on her yet, but many prayers going out to him and his family. And this week has just been unbelievable as far as Patriot losses. Passed away earlier this week as well. So it's just been a real hard week for the entire organization. And it would have been great to come away with a win, but just keep them in your prayers, because as you all know, I lost my mom this year. So this 2020 has just been a heck of a year, and I just want it to be over.
Yeah. And not just Bill, his girlfriend Linda, her mom died.
Right
after Bill's mom. I think it was her dad, or it was her mom or dad. One of her parents died 2 days later. So that was this week as well for Belichick. So Belichick's going to 2 funerals somehow, and then of course James White situation. And actually, I heard that James White's father is a police captain.
Yeah, I believe he was a I could be wrong, a sergeant or something like that.
Yeah. So, and down in Miami, I think, right? So,
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, he was a captain with the Miami-Dade Police Department.
So, wow, we got a lot of people for a Sunday night this late. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, yeah, you guys got to
Welcome.
hit the like button. I mean, I only see 14 likes there. We got 45 in here, so smash that like button, guys. I think we might be the only live sports show on right now.
And if you're in Europe, you have my respect because right now in Bulgaria
Yes,
it's
it's
7
late.
a.m. It's 7 a.m. It's a new day. It's a whole new day. So if you're from Europe, props to you. If you're on the East Coast, I promise I will not keep you guys for 3 hours tonight. I'll let you go to bed. So, um, but the defense could have been better. Um,
Hmm.
but again, you're playing Russell Wilson. Of course, the pick six was awesome. Loved
Yeah,
it. That was great. I thought, okay, here we
and I
go.
liked
It's
and
on.
I liked what Devin McCourty did at the end of that.
Exactly. I thought after Devin did that, I thought, wait a minute, they seriously are going to win this game
Yeah,
for James and for Bill too, you know? So I just thought,
and there were a lot of
here we
people I
go.
saw after I believe it was the Metcalf touchdown or something like that. Where people were saying, "Oh, Gilmore got burned or whatever." I'm like,
No, he didn't.
no, he did not. That it was as closely contested as you can play that, and most of those touchdowns were highly contested. It's just that Russell Wilson is damn good, so I don't understand the problem with that. I mean, it is what it
So,
is.
someone said that he got burned.
I've not only have I seen people in the chat say that, but I was on Twitter, on Facebook. People was like, "Oh, he got burned."
Man, I don't think he got burned. I remember I watched that closely because I was like, how did Gilmore give that up? You know, because I was like, wow. But then I watched the replays, like, uh, actually, that ball was in by
Perfect
this
pass.
much. This much. Gilmore even had his hand inside. Okay. What else is he
Yeah,
supposed to do other than tackle his ass? And if he had done that, it would have been
yeah,
pass interference anyway. It still would have ended up there, at least at
right.
the one. I don't know, man. I honestly, I thought that was less about Gilmore and more about Russell Wilson and then uh, Lockett.
Yeah,
It was Lockett, right?
yeah, or
Or Metcalf,
Metcalf.
Metcalf.
Metcalf
Metcalf
is
catching.
strong. Like his hands are strong, so there's not much you can do there.
I mean, I know people might say, "Oh, you're being a homer because of Gilmore or whatever," but I honestly, I'll critique
That
him
was just
that.
he's only let up 2 touchdowns, I believe, in the last
Yeah,
year plus. So
no, that was just a brilliant freaking throw, dude. I mean, and by the way, speaking of brilliant throws, did you see Tom Brady today?
uh,
Damn, damn. If you think,
anybody, yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of people who were deleting their "Oh, Brady's done, Brady sucks" tweets because he made some passes today. Boy, and that pass to Mike Evans, I'm like, that's what we expected when we were talking when Brady went to Tampa Bay. I'm like, that's the pass that everybody was thinking about.
exactly. And when they did the flea flicker, and I was like, oh, here we
Right.
go, baby. The only thing that would have made that perfect if it was James White giving it back to Tom
Yeah.
because I missed that. My God, I missed that. Okay, but as soon as they did, he threw it back to him. Can't remember who the running back was. Was it Fournette that did that?
I think it was Fournette.
But Brady launched it. I was like, oh God, I could just feel it. This is going to be good. And it could have been even better. But when Brady got the ball, the laces were um, out, and it came off his hand kind of like weird, like that. You know how sometimes you throw a football badly and it comes off, and and then it kind of sputtered in the wind. It was very windy, but yeah, but it still was completed. But dude, he was firing that stuff through crazy. So
He and you could tell the entire team, and I said it last week. You could tell the entire team was pretty perturbed especially from last week, and them not putting in a good performance. But you can still see they're they're still a little bit undisciplined, and I think that comes with the coach still. I think there's still a lot of penalties that they have to shore that up because they can't be making these mistakes.
That's exactly what we were saying in the chat during the game. We were just like, wow. I'm telling you, okay, so watching Tampa Bay, you immediately, if you're a Pats fan, if you have been a Pats fan all these years, watching Tampa Bay, you immediately notice that Belichick isn't coaching. It's so obvious.
It's obvious.
It's like, oh my God. We're talking procedural screw ups, lapse in judgment, drops, stupid drops. I'm not talking about the kind of drops where like you're trying to make some kind of, Odell Beckham catch. I'm talking where the ball hits you in the throat and you don't catch it because you look the other direction. Note to NFL players, if there's any NFL players out there who ever see this episode, please listen to me. This is how you catch a ball. Eyes on the ball.
Eyes on the ball and run.
Then you can look to where you're going. Because if you don't catch the ball, then where you're going means nothing. Stupid asses. No, here's LaShawn McCoy trying to catch a touchdown pass. I'm watching the ball. Here it comes. Why not drop it? That was LaShawn McCoy in the end zone. Freaking idiot.
That's recess first grade Pee Wee football type stuff.
It's Pee Wee football, first day, how to catch a football, 101. That is the first thing they teach you. My God, man, when Milena first played American football for the first time in flag football, I didn't teach her how to pass first. I didn't teach her any of the rules first. The very first thing I taught her was how to catch the ball. Catch the ball. I said, look, you watch it. You watch that ball go all the way into your hands like you're looking at it like it's gold. You watch the whole entire movement. And I told her, I said, if you do that every time, you will not drop it. I swear to you, you will catch it. If it's within your reach, you will catch it. And she was MVP that day. Just she caught like 3 touchdown passes just from that lesson alone. Okay? What the hell? Why isn't this being taught? Now, I know Belichick teaches this, but I had assumed that other coaches did this too. But I'm starting to learn very quickly that the fundamentals are lacking in a lot of these NFL teams, including a guy like Bruce Arians, which I was surprised by. But man, it's just the mental errors and the situational football. So at the end of the game, Leonard Fournette breaks off for like a 40-yard touchdown run?
Yeah.
If he's on the Patriots, okay, what does he do, Shaq? Instead of going in for the touchdown, he kneels. He kneels at the 1-yard line. Yeah. He freaking kneels. He stops. He kneels. Brady comes out, and the game is over by kneeling. It's done. No, but what does Fournette do? Scores a touchdown. Guess what? Now Tampa Bay's starting defense has to go on the field.
To go out and be on there for a long time.
All this crap. So what happens now? Risk of injury, more hits, more punishment, more everything. For what? Okay? That's situational football. That is being aware of what's going on. It's like it reminds me of Brandon Jacobs. Remember the Super Bowl, Giants Patriots?
Oh God.
He was supposed to kneel at the 1, but then he kind of floated backwards into the end zone, and he did that on purpose. He wanted a Super Bowl touchdown, and that almost came back to bite them, because had he just down the ball. But I'm just saying that situational football is everything, and we know Belichick, that's what he preaches more than anything else. You've got to know where you're at in the game. You've got to know the score. You've got to know what down it is, how much time there is. It's like last week, the Tampa Bay defense, letting Drew Brees draw them offsides on 4th down. He was never going to snap that freaking ball. He was never going to risk giving Brady the ball at the 50. It was never going to happen. You cannot be that dumb. You just can't. But anyway, so that's Tampa Bay, but good for Tom. He had a great game. I didn't like that pick, but I'm not really sure what happened there. I need to go back and look more on it. But he should have had 3 or 4 touchdowns today.
Yeah, there were a lot of drops in that game.
I've never seen so much, dude. The drops were it's like everybody had a case of Wes Welker or something, like a Wes Welker-itis. Sorry, I'm never gonna let him live that down.
You
okay?
should.
That missed catch in
like
Super Bowl 46. I'm never gonna forgive him for that. Never. So. Oh, it was Bradshaw. Yeah. Thank you. It was Bradshaw. I said Brandon Jacobs, didn't I? But yeah, Bradshaw. But no, he knew better, and he kind of pretended. It was like kind of half-ass backed into the goal, but he knew what he was supposed to do, and he didn't. Yeah, that was on purpose. But it worked out for the Giants, of course. But it might not have. All right, it might not have, because that was Brady getting the ball back. But
can we talk about all these injuries? Because it was like, like at the end of the movie when you're not interested, but you see, and then like if you go to sleep during a boring movie and you wake up and you see like a whole list of names that you don't even know.
Yeah, that's what the injury report looks like.
This is what these injury report is. Like, it's so long. Like, some of the names: Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Bosa,
Okay.
Solomon Thomas. Oh, you want me to stop?
Yeah. Well, I want to go by each one. Okay, so Saquon Barkley is probably out for the year, correct?
Yeah, out for the year. I believe it was an ACL.
Well, that really sucks because I really like him. I know he's on the Giants, but I still like Barkley. Okay. Jimmy, how's Jimmy doing?
It's a said an ankle injury. I haven't heard anything since. Maybe somebody in the chat knows about it, but that's all I've heard.
Well, the original thing I saw was 4 to 6 weeks, but you know how they
high ankle sprain. So that's probably it.
That's a weird injury for a quarterback, though. But I saw what happened. Like it got caught behind him, and somebody came in and hit him. Shepard, how long's he out?
Sterling Shepard. I don't know. We haven't said anything about a lot of these. Are just.
And then there's Bosa.
Yeah, he's probably out too for a while.
Yeah, that's not good. San Francisco 49ers are suddenly looking a lot different after 2 weeks, which is unfortunate because I had picked them to go really far, which it doesn't mean that they're not. I just.
Yeah, that's another ACL.
But this is not a good start. And this is not where you want to be right now. Who is the 49ers backup quarterback, by the way? So who's taking over for Jimmy now? Is Raphael here tonight?
Is that Beathard still, or no? I could be wrong.
Is he even on this team still? I don't even know.
Oh, Nick Mullins. Thank you.
Mullins. Okay. Mullins. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Nick Falk missed another.
And Shanahan was talking about how the turf affected the injuries. So I think it was the turf that MetLife had. And they had, that kind of has me a little concerned when they play the Jets later on this year.
Weird. You know, injuries can come from several things, but some of it can come from lack of football conditioning. All right. So there is being conditioned, like a person who just is not an athlete, but they're just a healthy person who likes to go jogging or whatever they do, right? They're conditioned, right?
Yeah.
But then there's football conditioning. That's a lot different. And if you're not ready, there's all kinds of things that can contribute. If you're not limber enough, if you're not up to par on everything that you're supposed to be doing for your body type and for what you do, injuries can come quickly. And we know for a fact that the training camps were garbage this year. I
They were
mean,
nothing.
I think, listen, these guys had the preseason eases guys into this. All right. So preseason week 1, what happens? You go out for a quarter and a half, and then you're done. You get a little bit, you get a taste of it, right? But then you practice all week, and then week 2 you get a little more, and then week 3 you get a little more, and then by week 1 you're ready. And I don't know. I'm not saying it's completely because of it, but I just think this whole no preseason thing was stupid. I don't see how that has anything to do with COVID. I mean, there's nobody in the stands. There wasn't last week.
I said this to you in our chat. It looks like scrimmage. It looks like a live scrimmage with
that's funny.
With just empty stadiums. It's weird to me. And then watching the Dallas game, there are 20,000 fans in there. I mean, they're all socially distanced, but they're fans. So it's just odd.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny you say that word scrimmage, because after the game today, Tom referred to both games as scrimmages.
Oh, did he really?
On purpose? Yes, you could tell he purposely said it. He goes,
"Wow,
yeah. I think we're learning a lot from these last two scrimmages." Dude, come on,
brilliant.
That is a total just. That was a. Come on, man.
Wow, I didn't even know he used that word.
Yes,
I used it.
You used it. Yes.
Wow.
He said that.
Wow.
Yeah. He said he referred the two scrimmages. That's his contempt for what's. I mean, I'm telling you.
I mean, that's what they are. They're basically scrimmages because there's nobody there. Like Trav said, the Seattle game, they were pumping in that crowd noise pretty good. I mean, I'm sure they're experienced in that, but
they're good at that. Yeah.
They were pumping in that crowd noise pretty well. A lot of other teams don't know how, though. I'm surprised Fox hasn't done that. For baseball, they have the fake fans, like the compute CGI.
Yeah,
fans.
the ones that look like
that.
You mean the fans from like Madden 2003?
Yeah,
the little frozen people,
like two-dimensional polygons.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But let's see. Justin Herbert, the Chargers' first round draft pick quarterback, got to play.
Yeah,
right before game time.
Did he even know?
He didn't know. No, right before game time.
Because it was just announced in Herbert.
Tyrod Taylor had some kind of mysterious chest injury. Nobody knows what the deal was at the time. I still don't know actually what it was other than that. But Herbert, excuse me, I'm yawning. It's 7 a.m. here.
It's late.
Herbert got to start right before the game, and he looked pretty damn good too. But
sure did.
I mean, did you see those two over 50-yard kicks by Patrick Mahomes tonight? I mean, those were the greatest kicks. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, not only is he the greatest quarterback on the planet, he is the best kicker I have ever seen.
I mean, no other 58 yards. So he has, that's on top of his millions of other records that he has.
Dude, the amount of torque on those kicks was just unreal. Unreal. Absolutely.
Look at that
unreal.
torque.
Jesus, man.
Wait, what did I say to you in the chat?
What?
Oh, wait. This is what I said. I said Mahomes outdueled by a rookie bench warmer, bailed out by an offensive offsides call, and bailed out again by a kicker 50-yard field goal. Right? Isn't that what Brady haters say?
Yes, it's exactly what they say. So aren't we allowed to use that? Does this mean Patrick Mahomes needs a kicker to bail him out? Remember how Tom Brady needed a kicker to win his first Super Bowl because apparently Tom didn't try to go for the touchdown pass stupidly when you were in kicking range. Weird. Uh, so based on that logic, that means that the kicker who kicked them into overtime because Patrick Mahomes couldn't score, he also needed that kicker to kick it in overtime to win the game for him because he couldn't get in scoring range. So just curious, like how this works exactly. But just for the record, for those of you out there, this is not against Patrick Mahomes at all. Okay, I don't actually mean what I say. Okay,
I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like him. It's his fiance that's the problem. Did you hear her during the game? Oh my lord.
She's
She
obnoxious. But hey,
she
if
she is his Madden curse.
Yeah, if you just found out that you're getting married to a guy who's going to be worth $500 million, I mean, I can imagine. I hope he got a prenup. That's all I got to say. But
Yes.
anyway, but yeah, no, we're not picking on Patrick at all. We're just trying to make a point. See, in reality, the same way that Tom put them into scoring position to kick the field goal, Patrick did that. So Patrick got them all the way down the field. He made that, what was it, like a 20-yard run to get the first down, and that put them in field goal range to tie the game. So Patrick set up that field goal. So see, it's stupid to say that a quarterback needs his kicker. I mean not needs his kicker, but that the kicker did all the work. It's such bullshit, dude. It's such stupid crap. Anyway, but I do enjoy making or throwing that back in people's faces. Another thing I'd like to point out is that, well, Brady played a very tough team in the Saints last week. They played not as good of a team in Carolina today, and would have won even more convincingly if people could catch a damn football. And then last week, the Patriots took care of the Dolphins, although it wasn't a beatdown. It was actually more close than I really wanted it to be. But then they go into Seattle, look pretty good, but then they lose, okay? This is exactly how it works, okay? Every matchup is different. It means nothing. You can't just sit there and say, oh, well, Tom Brady didn't win last week, but now I won last week.
And that means, yeah.
It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
Like
because the Patriots,
A doesn't equal Z.
Yeah, it just makes no sense how people come to these conclusions. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed from what I said last week, and nothing's changed from what I said last night. We're only in week 2. We're going to need week 3, and we're going to need week 4. And then after that, after 4 games, we can start talking about, okay, now we know who these guys are, get an image of what normally, we could tell a little bit, or we could be more excited. But I'm not too high on Brady's Bucs right now, and I'm not too low on them either, and I'm not too high on the Patriots, and I'm not too low on them either. Now, I can understand if someone's excited for a team that is playing well right now, and then they came off of a great season. That makes sense, right? But a team that is just completely new with new elements, it's just kind of weird to be all freaked out about anything, actually. The Ravens look pretty damn good. Don't know if you noticed them today, but again, very well-rounded team like last year.
Yeah.
But playoffs,
Houston, which is not.
Playoffs seem to be their kryptonite as of late, last few years. But
and really, I watched some of that game. I mean, thanks to Red Zone, and it just seems like they're running the exact same plays they ran last year.
They are.
And it's still working.
They are. Yeah.
But they're running the exact same plays. Lamar Jackson, holds the ball.
Tight ends.
Yep. Mark Andrews and Mark Ingram running the football. It's the same offense as last year.
Same exact thing, no different. Houston Texans, what the hell are they doing? Okay, but look, they got the Chiefs week 1. They got the Ravens week 2. Okay? So
Yeah.
they've got 2 teams from last year. One won the Super Bowl,
And
the
then
other
they have
one
this.
was Super Bowl
And
bound.
then they have next week. They have the Steelers.
Okay, so yeah, they're getting a rough break right now. But it's just how it is right now. But other than all the bad stuff like the injuries and what happened with James's parents, it was a pretty fun day today, I thought. It was
Yeah.
frustrating a little, but I was frustrated with the drops, Tom Brady's receivers drops, and then I was frustrated with some of the play calling. Josh McDaniels, you're a freaking.
He's Fredo, I swear.
Listen, there are sometimes there's some games where I thought, Josh McDaniels, man, you're a genius, dude. That was a great call. And then there's some games I just think you're the biggest freaking idiot of all time. Like I wrote to you in the.
He gets too cute, like way too cute, and it's like, go with what you know. Like sometimes it doesn't hurt to do that. And again, going back to that last play, we knew what was going to happen, but it's all right. I don't want to harp on it too much because then I'll get mad.
There are whores in Turkey here, right across the border, that are blind. Okay, someone took a hot spoon and blinded their asses. That saw that play to Cam coming. Okay, they knew about it. Everyone saw it. And you still did it.
300,000 fans. I mean, the 30,000 invisible fans in Seattle saw that play.
Yeah, it's true. It's funny because it's true. But like I said, who knows what would have happened if they had thrown it and he gets picked off, and then maybe we're all saying, you had Cam Newton, why didn't you run it? You know how that works, right? But
Yeah.
But no, seriously, Cam was throwing the ball very well tonight. Why wouldn't you just, feel that out, and see what happens? So, I mean, everyone's going to second guess everything all the time. You can't please everybody. But what is everyone saying in the chat?
A lot of stuff.
All right. I'm going to try to catch up here, see what's going on.
I saw a lot of people talking about the Atlanta Cowboys game. That game was wild. I mean, yeah, the Falcons Cowboys.
Poor Matt Ryan. I like Matt. I'm a fan of his, and
yeah,
dude,
he's a good one.
Although I was ecstatic when he lost in Super Bowl 51. Although I don't think anyone should be punished in such a way, but that I was too happy. I didn't care. But what happened in Dallas was kind of. There's only so many times this can happen before you start to wonder, is this a coaching thing? Is this a coaching problem? Like, dude, how in the hell does this keep happening when you've got such great players? It's just bizarre. But kudos to Dallas though, man. Damn. Now
it says that teams were 1,875-6 when leading by 15 or more points in the final 5 minutes of regulation over the past 20 seasons. And well, now it's 7.
So Atlanta is trying to just make sure that they're synonymous with folding like a lawn chair, basically, right? So what the hell? At the very end of the game, the Dallas onside kick. Falcons were around the ball. And it looks, if you watch it again, it looks like they are obeying the 10-yard rule. So, you know that Dallas, in this situation, Dallas has to kick it 10 yards before they can touch it or try to recover it, right? So they're waiting for it to go 10 yards. And so they're all the Cowboys are anticipating, oh, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. But the Falcons, watch the Falcons. They're standing around it as if
they're standing.
It's like, why are you waiting for it to go 10 yards? Why the hell are you jumping on that shit? It's right next to you. So they're like, and then a Dallas guy goes for it, and then they decide, oh, Maybe we should jump on this. It's the stupidest crap ever. That's coaching, dude. That is right there. That is coaching. That tells me that they didn't practice onside kicks or they barely focused on it. That's what that tells me. Because that was just, they acted like, honestly, the way they were acting around the ball, it looked like a punt return team. You know how a punt return, a defender, a punt return,
Right, because
they
they're always
kind of hover around it. They hover around it, but they don't exactly touch it. They wait for the ball to roll. That's what they were acting like. It makes me wonder if these guys had no idea what the hell is happening. It's just, I don't know. It reminded me of the Bucs last week when the Saints onside kick. They did like a weird. It wasn't really an onside kick. It was more of a squib kick, right? But
Yeah.
and then they didn't even know what the hell happened. They were confused, and it's like made me think: did you even coach this? Did you even whatever? But yeah, I'm not taking anything away from the Cowboys. They did their damn job. I'm just saying though, the Falcons, had they been more aware, they would have recovered that ball probably, and they were winners tonight instead of losers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kyler Murray looked good to me.
Yeah, Kyler Murray also looked pretty good.
But I think that whole team is going to collapse eventually. So I watched a lot of that game, and their offense is easily defendable if you've got the right personnel. It's kind of gimmicky. It's very college-esque, very like predictable.
Yeah, a lot of easy plays or ish plays.
But there was something else that happened today that was Eagles, freaking Eagles, man. Oh, Vikings. What the hell is going on in Minnesota? Did Kirk Cousins forget how to play football? I mean, like,
did he even know from the start?
How does this happen? Yeah, Minnesota's in trouble. If things weren't bad enough in their city already in Minneapolis, it certainly just got worse for the football team.
I believe he had a 0 passer rating in the third quarter.
Wait, can you have that? I mean,
apparently so.
Is that possible? I thought so. Like, even if you like snap the ball and fall forward, you're not going to end up with a 0 pass or 0 QBR. But
do you know what Mike Zimmer, the Vikings coach, do you know what he said after the game?
What?
We can't start winning until we stop losing. I never thought of it that way, honestly.
The more you know. The more you know. Okay.
Like
who looks like a damn good team right now? Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Rodgers is on a mission.
Yeah. He didn't like Jordan Richards getting drafted in the first round, and that might just be the thing that really lit a fire into his ass. Who knows? But the Packers do look good. And I thought Detroit was actually going to give him a problem.
Looked like they were.
But nope. So, if there are any Packers fans out there, you're probably really happy.
And that's another weird thing. Like, like the teams who have traditions, like the Lambeau Leap with the Packers. It's like when Aaron Jones ran for a touchdown, he was just high-fiving nobody but his teammates. It's just weird.
See it twice. He says Minnesota's playing like the Chaz Vikings this season. Oh, that's just funny. I just pictured it. That's all. Okay. Well, like I said, Minneapolis has got a lot of problems right now, and their football team isn't helping them out anymore. Because remember when after Hurricane Katrina, the Saints were like the uplifting thing about New Orleans.
Like everybody got behind.
Yeah. I don't think the Vikings are trying to be that. It just does not seem like the
I
Vikings
don't think they have the capability to.
give a crap about anything that's going on right now. So, or maybe the Vikings think that they're the dumpster fire. Like maybe that's their like I don't know mentality or something that they think that they are. But whatever. The Packers don't seem to be having a problem. The Seahawks don't seem to be having a problem. So
Hey, Bills, Josh Allen. I'm impressed by him. Uh, Again, it's Miami. Miami's bad, but Josh Allen seems like it seems like a lot of these young quarterbacks are starting to come into their own, like uh, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, not
mm.
Sam Darnold, but most of the other ones.
We'll forgive Sam Darnold. He's on the Jets. Nobody can win on the Jets.
Yeah,
So he was screwed the moment he was drafted there. I mean, that's like being condemned to hell immediately. And the Jets. How can anyone be a Jets fan? I mean, seriously. First of all, okay, you're in New York,
mental
Jack.
trauma.
So I need to know how this works. You're born in New York, and I get it. Maybe if you're born in Queens or somewhere like that, you're a Jets fan, right? Is that how it works? Kind of.
Usually, yeah.
Okay, but there's another team in New York, and how do you not just realize, wow, the Jets are awful, and how do you not go from them to the Giants? Is what I want to know. How are the Jets still able to have a fan base that like it's so bizarre to me. They're,
A lot. There's a lot of masochistic people in New York. That's all I can say.
it's weird. It's weird. Like any city with two teams, I thought it was always strange. How do you decide what you are? I guess it depends on what side of the city you're on or whatever. But
Yeah, Luke's right. The Bills are in New York, but New York State. Yeah, they actually do play in New York.
yeah, but they're on the other side of the state. Like it
Yeah,
might as
they're
well
up.
be
They're way upstate.
it
Yeah,
might as well be in another state. So
it should
yeah,
be in
that's
Ohio or Canada.
but if you live in New York City, you can either be the Giants or the Jets, and how in the hell anybody is a Jets fan is beyond me. I'm seriously because it's not just that they lose. Okay, losing is just a part of it. Because I respect Cleveland Brown fans, for example. I respect them, but
Hmm.
in New York, the problem I have is that first of all, it's not just that the Jets lose, but it's the how they lose, and it's the management and their attitude towards things. But most of all, you have a choice in New York. You can literally go from the Jets to the Giants, and you cannot be said, you cannot, no one can say to you that you're not loyal or that you're a bandwagon because you're like, hey, I'm from New York. I can be for the Giants or the Jets. So it's just strange to me. Anyway, weird.
I mean, I guess the Jets fans that I know, they're at least respectful. Like a
What?
lot of Jets fans that work with me where I work, and they think they call Brady the GOAT. They think he's great, and they like the
Really?
Patriots, and they have yeah. I know it's surprising, but there are some good Jets fans out there who have at least 5 brain cells.
Holy crap. Dude, I'm serious. I've only met one Jets fan that wasn't a complete freaking idiot. Like, I'm talking hardcore idiot, but okay. Bad experience for me, I guess. Um, but yeah, I have no problem with the Bills. The Bills don't piss me off. You know who pisses me off? It's the Jets and the Dolphins. I cannot stand those two teams. And it even
Yeah.
irks me even more with the Dolphins because Milena used to live in Miami, and she's like, I remember Miami, and Dan Marino had a sports bar, and Dolphins, and it's like, no, no, no. Screw the Dolphins, screw the Jets, but the Bills don't bother me. And yeah, I know that we beat up on them for the last 2 decades, but eh, I don't know. They don't piss me off the way the Dolphins and the Jets piss me off. It's just different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you hate
No,
the
the
Bills
Jets
or
are
or yeah, yeah, yeah
no.
like
The Jets
Uh,
are like number one. They're number one, 1A, 1B, 1C, like everything. Bills are like none. I respect the Bills. Even when Rex Ryan was coaching the team. And I hate Rex Ryan. But I even respected him when he was with the Bills
that
because
exactly. But the Bills fans, those people, they're either the most loyal people or they're just psychotic. I mean, I cannot
both.
figure out which one or if
Both.
it's the same thing. But those people, dude, listen. Okay, it's one thing to be losing all the time, forever. All right, but you're in Buffalo. It's already a pretty crappy city to live in, from what I hear. Uh, it's cold, it's miserable, and you're out there jumping through tables and shit, right?
Fiery tables.
And spraying yourself in mustard and ketchup, and
Throwing dildos around.
it makes sense that Gronk is from there. Okay, it totally makes sense,
Yeah, that
and
whole family.
it's yeah, it fits. But and then you got Browns fans like Eddie. Okay, Eddie. I don't know if he's on tonight, but Eddie, he's programmed. Have you noticed that he's programmed now to actually hate himself? Like
It's within. It's deep within himself.
he pays money on this show for me to post of him ragging on his own team. That it's like that stuff is deep, dude. It's
And
very,
being a
very
Bills
deep.
fan, like, can you imagine? I mean, not only do you go all the way to the Super Bowl, not once, not twice, not three times, but four times, and lose all four times. Like, I couldn't take losing Super Bowl once when it
That
happened in Super Bowl 42. But I mean, four times. Just think about that entire going through that entire season
I
and then
can't.
going all the way to the championship game and losing and doing it four times in a row. I, I, I don't know how anybody could still like want to support that, but God bless him.
Well, that's the thing. I completely agree with you in that respect. But outside of that, I just want y'all to know, going to four Super Bowls and losing is harder than winning
Yes,
one Super Bowl.
yes.
Much harder. I know it doesn't get the glory and stuff, but that's why I think Jim Kelly should get props. You know, four straight Super Bowls. People crap on him. He ain't got a ring and all that stuff. Not even Dan Marino could get his team to more than one Super Bowl. Jim Kelly did it four times. That's pretty awesome. So, oh, we have a super chat. First one of the night. Let's see.
Hey, Nip the Valiant. I haven't seen him in a while.
Ah, our Canadian friend. I have not seen him in a while. He sends a 14 Canadian dollar super chat. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Great exchange rate. An American. I want to know how much that is in American. Uh, Fun fact: four members of Atlanta's coaching staff worked for the Buccaneers and were fired because they were all awful, and they still are. And I have no idea what Atlanta is doing with the coaching.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. So that answers that.
That answers a lot.
What I said earlier, I said it's got to be coaching, right? I mean, after a while, how do you have an MVP, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones? Now you got Calvin Ridley, who's freaking awesome, um, on that
Great.
offense, and not be just dusting people every week. It's got to be a defensive problem, right? And the coach, Quinn, what's his
Dan
name?
Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Thank you,
Dan
Dan.
Quinn.
Dan. He's a defensive guy, is he not?
Yeah.
Isn't he the guy who's credited in Seattle back in the day? So
Yeah. And I believe he did some work with the Patriots as well.
what what's the problem here? It's clearly him. It's clearly him. You can only collapse. You can only give up a lead, okay, if your
They have
defense
Todd
gives it
Gurley
up.
too, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Todd Gurley. Oh, Todd Gurley. Okay, the guy who gets Todd Gurley is awesome. Okay, here's one. Todd Gurley is awesome because he got a big fat check and then did nothing. The dude is like on the NFL's version of I don't know if you call it welfare, but I mean you're getting paid and you don't have to do anything, so that works, I guess. But yeah, Todd Gurley, man. I bet he wishes he was on LA right now because they look pretty good.
Yeah.
So
What's gotten into Derek? Maybe it's Sean McVay, but
I'll tell you what got into
a
Jared
couple
Goff.
years.
They're being smart with the play calling. That you notice?
Yeah.
So he went 12 for 12. That means they ran the ball. They ran the ball really well, and they mixed it up, and they only made Jared do certain things. And I also think that he's probably got the playbook down better, where he's not completely reliant on McVay. But yeah, they seem to have a good mixture of things going on there. So, and they
Yeah,
just got that new
'cause
stadium open. So,
yeah, that's interesting that the Rams and Chargers are going to be sharing that. They said it's like underground or something like that. But when I
yeah,
look at it,
yeah.
it looks like the Cowboys Stadium.
Um, I still have to say though, the teams, the Chargers and the Rams can be playing well, but their uniforms are complete ass, dude. Seriously, their uniforms. Those uniforms are awful. What what
The
is?
logo.
It's just complete garbage. The last year the Rams looked awesome.
Yeah.
Why did you change that?
Why did they change it?
Why did you change that? You looked phenomenal last year. Those uniforms were cool. They were
Because
awesome.
it was
Why?
like a throwback. It was a throwback to the old logo.
It was the
Then they went
perfect
to this.
mixture. They took the old style, but then they updated. They deepened the colors. They brought it out a little bit more, made it look a little more modern. But it was perfect. Why were you even messing with this? I don't know their helmet. I don't know what is that on there. It doesn't look like anything. It just looks like a big blob. Um, so
I
the
like
Chargers.
what you said last week. It looks like one of those logos from like the Today Show or something, like with like a half sun and
Yeah,
something.
like
It's
Good
weird.
Morning LA, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't get it. Yeah. But Nip the Valiant, thank you so much, man, for your super chat from Canada, and I'm glad to see you back here. Uh, that's awesome, and thanks for that info because I did not know that. Speaking of the Buccaneers, um, shout out to their offensive line. They kept Tom Brady clean today, so thank you, offensive line, for
And
the Bucs for keeping
and
my guy upright.
and shout out to
So,
the defense too. They forced 4 turnovers, I believe.
yep, absolutely. Um, but the Chargers, they look pretty good, right? I mean,
They did.
again, it's only 2 weeks in the end. They got a new quarterback, but Justin Herbert,
They found the trigger man.
he didn't look like a rookie. He
No,
didn't look like a rookie, did he?
no, he looked good. He looked like he had all the plays down. He was even improvising in some instances. Looked good.
Yeah, he's going to be a good player. It makes me wonder though. That whole thing with Tyrod Taylor is pretty weird though. An
So
unexplained chest injury right before in warm-up.
yeah,
How does that even
so
happen?
I guess he re-aggravated his rib during the warm-ups at pregame. I don't know how that happens.
What did he
Like, what are you doing?
did he trip on a rock or something and then land on his chest? How does that work?
But I know this about ribs. I had my rib, I think it was this side. My rib was broken. Oh my god, it's a heart. It's the worst thing in the world. You can't laugh. You can't breathe. Like it feels like a sharp tack right in the middle of your chest. It's like anytime you want to laugh or even breathe, it's like the worst. So I understand what Tyrod Taylor's going through.
Okay, I didn't know he had a pre-existing injury. Yeah, actually, I don't know a whole lot about Herbert's college career, that much, but I don't really start looking at the college quarterbacks until they start playing. So now that Herbert is playing, I'm going to take a huge look at him this week. But
He was pretty good in Oregon, if I recall correctly, but
that's all I know about him.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just know he was at Oregon. That's it. I remember he was drafted, what was like pretty high in the first round. So I can't remember. What did I give him a good evaluation? I don't even remember.
I don't
My
remember
God,
either.
man, that the draft seems like forever ago,
It was
doesn't it?
so long ago. It's like a year ago.
Like so much bad crap has happened since that draft. It's just
Yeah. He's a big guy though. 6'5", 236. That's big for a
I love
quarterback.
big quarterbacks too. I'm one of those guys who I know I shouldn't, but I hate on smaller quarterbacks. I call Drew Brees a midget, and so
Quarterback wise, he is.
you can imagine what I think about Kyler Murray.
Oh,
Kyler,
we haven't talked about the Jaguars and Titans yet. That game was interesting.
actually, I don't even know what happened. Who won?
The Titans.
Oh, Minshew.
Minshew almost. It
What
was
happened?
like back and forth. That was another game that. And
So
then
he played okay.
yeah, Gostkowski made the game-winning field goal. I know, surprise.
Did he miss like 3 extra points before that?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering. Hey, Maria Ruby just said that this is the first Pats game that Kraft has not attended. No, I didn't know that actually. Maybe he had a massage appointment in Boston.
You're just gonna keep beating that drum, aren't you?
Boom, 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 boom. I can't help it. Sorry. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you know what? Speaking of another Patriots drum I keep beating, how did you enjoy Sony Michel's 2-yard belly flops tonight? Those were a things of beauty.
They didn't really run that much, did they? Or maybe I'm misremembering.
Well, no, he didn't run. He belly flopped. He, grabbed the ball and he just dove. Like a cat pouncing on something. Just yeah. Tony
Yeah,
Michel.
they didn't run that much.
This guy.
Looking at it.
Sony Michel. This guy. More like Panasonic Michel, right? Okay. Not funny.
I'm gonna kill you.
All right. Okay, guys, just to let you all know, this is a personal thing between us because last year we were at the game and we were at the game in New England, and the whole time, it's my first time seeing Tom Brady, first time seeing the Patriots, and the whole time I am just shitting all over Sony.
Yeah, you're like,
Michel.
fuck you, Sony Michel. I said,
and Shaq's over there like, dude, come on, you're here. and I'm just going to town on Sony Michel. I don't know why. It's just like, listen, I'm one of those people that when I get something in my head, I keep going after it. Like right now, my new thing to piss all over is Walmart. Okay? So that's all I do is piss on Walmart. I'm always going after
well, that's
Walmart.
easy to do.
I can't help it. But when I find something, I just I don't know, I can't stop. But yeah, right now for me it's Sony Michel, Walmart, and Robert Kraft, and I just keep hitting it. So
What's the Walmart thing about?
The Walmart thing is because they open up in small towns like where I'm from, and they come in and then they put all the small businesses out of business
Oh,
and
well, yeah.
destroy the entire town, and then the town is left is like it's just nothing but a trailer park and a Walmart and a McDonald's and a gas station, and then that's it. That's what's left of the town basically, and it pisses me off. So I'm always going after Walmart. So all right. Um, so that's been about an hour. I think we
Yeah,
covered everything, didn't we?
I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah.
So yeah, tonight is Saints and Raiders. That should be interesting, especially
That's going
with
to be interesting. And they're opening up the new stadium in Las Vegas
to nobody, right? Or are they
to
going to
no
let fans
one.
in? Yeah, to no one.
I
That's
don't even know.
nonsense.
Oh,
It
your
just
dad says their dad says there's a Dollar Tree.
oh crap! I didn't know my dad was watching. Oh man, I'm trashing his. He's in that town right now. I'm sitting there trashing it. Okay, my hometown. Okay, just for the record, my hometown isn't a trailer park yet, but it used to be a wonderful town, dude. Great town. And then the Walmart comes in. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pissed off. So it's personal. It's personal. If you're from a big city, you probably don't even care about Walmart or even go to Walmart. But
Yeah, there aren't a lot of Walmarts.
major cities, they don't let Walmart get near them. So Walmart invades small towns where people can't resist them, and that then they ruin it. That's what they do. They're like the Borg from Star Trek, except not cool and not awesome. Like if the Borg comes for you,
Like they're
they're like
taking over everything.
you're like we are the Borg. Resistance is futile. That's badass, right? So like when you hear that, you're like, oh, cool. Well, at least we get to become Borg and we're awesome. No, Walmart is the bad version of that. Walmart is like, we've arrived and we're going to turn your town into a shithole, and that's what they do. So yeah, the the not so cool version of the Borg. Um, anyway, I don't know. That's off topic, but yeah. Um, but the Saints, we'll see what they're all about tomorrow. But I tell you what, again, I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but Drew Brees didn't look right last week. Everyone was trying to talk crap about Brady, but it was Drew Brees I thought whose passes were looking a little weak, didn't you think?
Yeah, and now they don't
Yeah.
have Michael Thomas, so they're gonna be probably relying on Emmanuel Sanders a lot.
Oh my God. Okay, before we go, I'm going to end it with this. Chris Sims is the biggest freaking douchebag. Ooh,
There's
ooh.
you can't start or finish a show without saying that because
Did you hear what he said tonight
yeah,
before the Patriots game, talking about
yeah.
Brady? He said last week uh, Bruce Arians was wanting to do his air it out ball, the no don't risk it, no biscuit kind of thing. Of course, he said it backwards, I think, but and Brady it didn't work. So this week they went to a more Patriots style offense where a bunch of underneath stuff. On the day that Brady was slinging the ball around and
Didn't
throwing
he
it
didn't he
across the
throw
field.
like a long touchdown pass or something like that?
Oh
Am I
yeah,
misremembering?
and several other passes. Dude, Chris Sims is such a jerk off.
Like that's like a Max Kellerman playbook type of thing. That's he says. What a
That
douche!
was
And what gets me so angry about Chris Sims is the fact that Sunday Night Football is the #1 show on television in America, and he's on it. Of all the people who could possibly be talking about football on that show, it's Chris Sims. And
how.
then you have Rodney Harrison and Tony Dungy, just all a bunch of crap. Ugh, it's the worst.
I mean, at least Tony Dungy won a Super Bowl as a head coach. At least
Yeah.
Rodney Harrison won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots. Um, what the hell has Chris Sims done other than be bored? Okay, so he's Phil Sims' kid. Big deal. His dad wasn't even a Hall of Famer. I mean, why is he there? You couldn't call up, like, you couldn't offer a contract to maybe Peyton or Favre or someone like that. Like, you couldn't get them. I mean, even try to get them. I don't know. It's just, why is he there? Listen, Chris Sims, born as Phil Sims' son, so all of a sudden you've got quarterback pedigree right off the bat. You grow up
Nepotism.
around, yeah, you grow up exactly. You grow up around the Giants locker room and grow up around that winning culture, so you kind of know how the NFL works. Then you get to go to Texas, where you're treated like royalty there, and then you get to the NFL and you completely suck. You absolutely suck. What's your excuse, man? What's your excuse? I mean, could anybody have more of a perfect upbringing to be an NFL quarterback and then suck at it? You know, I mean, really, it's just unbelievable. I mean, you got like you got guys like Brady who didn't even get to play. He didn't even get to play. He didn't even get to play on a team in his high school that didn't win a game. Okay, so that's how far he came to making something of himself. You got other guys who grow up in small towns like mine that didn't have much. Then you got guys who grow up in inner cities and major cities and then go from nothing to being a superstar. But Chris Sims, what's your excuse for your failure? I want to know, why do you suck at everything?
But is he really failing? I mean, because again, like, he's on the #1 show on television and he's still saying stupid crap, but he's getting paid for it. He's getting compensation for saying stupid crap, and people listen to him. Like, so I don't know if he's winning or losing because.
Well, I was referring to his football career.
Oh well, yeah, that's obvious.
but no,
See,
yeah.
Chris Sims run.
As a commentator, I guess he is winning, but he's terrible at it. Listen, I'll be honest, guys. After I released my Chris Sims, Aaron Rodgers, he gets the job at NBC. He gets the job at NBC. After that. Okay.
So it's Devon Allen jinx.
He got rewarded. So nepotism indeed. Absolutely. His last name, baby. His last name got him the job, and that's the deal. Anyway, I can't believe he said that. Even for him, that was low. That was pathetic. So screw him. Yep, Tiffany. It's the Brady hate is strong with Chris Sims. He's got BDS. He's got BDS level 5+ Rob Parker. That's the level he's at. So, all right, guys, we're gonna sign off. Don't forget there's a game tomorrow night, and stay in the chat at our Fun on Sports Facebook page, our group there, and we're always talking junk all week long, and I'm always in and out of there too as well. Thank you so much. Had a great time. This has been a fun day today, and look for some new stuff pretty soon. So have a good night, guys. Thanks so much.
Yep. Good night.